Say it again?
We gotta undo what we just did.
Yep, we're just doing it backwards, okay? So we only get to write the word log once here. So we're going to write the log base 3. Well, we're adding, so what are we going to do with what we're taking the logs of? So what's x times 5y? 5xy. That's it. For part B, we're subtracting. So what do we do when we subtract? Divide. And again, this only works if the bases are the same, and they are. Okay, if the bases aren't the same, it's not quite as easy. So it's going to be the log base 3 of what? 2z over x. And part C, what can I do that 5 out front? Log base 3 of y5. Okay, so again, cross off 11 through 16. All right, so let's actually use the, I mean, this in and of itself is pretty pointless. 11 through 16, cross off 11 through 16. All right, so let's get into some that are a little more interesting. Let's actually use this information to help solve some of these problems. Okay, so we have on number 17. And this is what I tell students when we teach them, when I normally teach them in Algebra 2. Last year, those who had Algebra 2, I did this virtually, and that's why we're doing it again, because I know you guys didn't learn it that well back then because it was virtual. Most students hate logarithms. They hate them. So what I tell students, if you don't like logarithms, get rid of them, okay? So, I mean, before I said if it's written with logs, write it without logs. If it's written with several logs, write it as one log, then write it without any logs. If you don't like logarithms, which is most students, get rid of most of the logs, then get rid of the last one, okay? So what I mean is this. We have the log base 6 of 2x minus 3 equals the log base 6 of 12 minus log base 6 of 3. Okay, so we can't combine all the logs because they're on different sides, but I can combine these. I can simplify that. That's the same as the log base 6 of what?
Log base 6 of 12
Huh?
over 3.
Okay. What? Over. Not times. No, you're okay. Where'd you get 36 from? No. You multiplying. We're not multiplying, it's over. Not 12 times 3. It's over. I still haven't heard me say it. 4. Thank you. 12 divided by 3. You got the hard part. You forgot the third grade part. Okay, 12 divided by 3. 4. So I'm going to write 12 over 3. I'm going to write that. But then I'm going to write the log base 6 of 4. Okay? Now, Alexis, if this would have been plus, then it would have been 30. Because we need plus u times. It would have been 36. Right, Mrs. Gertler?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll show you how it's done. I'll show you right now.
What do you need?
I was gonna talk to you, but you're obviously teaching, which is a shock. No, it's okay. I will, because
About 15 minutes or so?
well, no, I'm gonna be cutting out, so we just need
Oh,
to.
class?
Talk to him right now.
What's that?
I don't know if I'll be available the rest of the day, so.
Just talk to him right
Just
now.
talk to him right now.
I know he's in the middle of solving.
No,
a
it's
problem.
okay.
That's fine.
No, we got a homework quiz we need to start.
Just give us our
right now.
homework quiz and
So,
go talk to
I
him.
just,
Yeah.
Have to do with classes next year or something?
no,
My daughter?
no. But it has something to do with next year that is really important, but.
I'm not teaching gym.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I can talk to you, because I gotta go.
Hurry up,
Huh?
kiddo.
I think you want to hear this. I'm sorry.
Okay, what can we do right here?
I wouldn't normally.
You have the log base.
You have to talk.
You have the log base 6 on each side, so ignore them. Just ignore it. So if you ignore the log base 6's, what does it say?
2x minus 3 equals 4.
So
Add 3.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Jonathan,
Solve it
you
for
solve
us.
it and you tell us.
Yeah.
Go up there,
to
go
the
up
board.
there.
Yeah, go up there and finish it.
Pick up the marker.
Of course you did.
Another.
I say we just lock these. Oh, they're closed in the box. I can't open up. Open the box. Open the box.
Open the box.
Get out of the box, Jonathan. Like Billy said, get out of the box.
That was his name?
Billy. Balance it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, he's kicking that. He goes,
Yeah, he's just kicking right in the middle of the gym. Said, get out of the box. I was in prison for a crack. You show us, and then we'll tell him, and then we'll have
Can you
him.
imagine
do it
Nancy in
right.
the gym? He's doing a math class with you, right? drenched in sweat.
Kids would be balling
Hey
up
guys.
before math class.
Oh, yeah.
Is the video still recording?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's still going.
Talk to him, John. You gotta talk to
Yeah,
him.
you teach them.
Alright,
So
we gotta get X.
you got rid of the logs.
Yeah, so now we gotta get
So now
X.
you're
It's just,
after me?
Yes, Zachary, good job.
I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Whoa.
okay, so now we have this. Alright, Zach, what do we do now?
No, not Boba Fett. God damn it. Where's Darth Vader? Y'all both touched him.
That's the answer.
Those are collectibles.
Did
Hopefully.
his head fall off?
Just leave it there, possibly good. Just, yeah.
Yeah, what you guys get for an answer? 7 halves?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, actually, yeah.
Good for you.
We had Jonathan solve it because he knew he was doing it.
All right, let's try to get a few more of these in. Number 19. It's like something on the board that I. Oh, okay. Number 19. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because I was just
I'm missing
there.
something.
No, because
He might have broke into your box of markers.
My brand new box of markers that Alexis got me.
Oh,
Yay.
you might have realized halfway through doing this, you're still recording.
Oh. Oh, I can find out what the heck you've been doing then.
Nobody watching the videos.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Zach.
Alright, number 19. So we have 2 log base 3 of x, 2 log base 3 of x, then what? Goes 3 log base 3 of 5. 3 log base 3 of 5. Okay, so any idea what the heck we're going to do to solve this thing?
We're gonna move to 2. We're gonna make it a power.
Keep looking. You're not wrong. Keep looking. Move the 2. Keep
And
talking.
3.
And the 3. Move the 2. Move the 3.
That was close.
So you have the log base 3 of x equals the log base 3, ooh, that was terrible, of 3 of 5 to the 3rd. Okay? And since you have a log on each side and they're the same bases, do the same thing down the last one.
You just don't.
Just
Forget
ignore
about
them. So what am I going to write down?
Did you forget to put the 2 over the X?
No?
it.
Okay. So what am I going to write down?
That's a good question.
Ignore the log 3s.
Oh, so you got.
X squared equals 5 to the 3rd.
What's 5 to the 3rd?
125.
No, way more than 15.
Oh, yeah.
5 times 5 times 5, 125. And what's the last thing we got to do? Square root. Square root. And what do I need to put in front of that? Square
Plus or
root.
minus.
Plus minus. And 125 is not a square, but there's a square that goes into 125. 5. How many? Oh, 5's not a square. You're on the right track though. 25. How many times? 5. So I could say 5 radical 5. Because 125 is radical 25 times 5. That's 5. So 5 radical 5. So plus or minus 5 radical 5. Okay. Just a few more than we'll stop for today. Other than a homework quiz. Okay, number 21. I know as far as what time is it? 21, we get 21, 23. We'll do 3 more. 21, 23, and 25. So 21, log of x minus the log of x plus 1 equals 3 log 4. Okay, what should we do first? Any idea what we should do first?
Put the 3 over 4.
No?
Combine those logs.
No? You guys can get mad at me, but that's okay.
Lay it on us right now.
Let's go back here.
Let me
This
mess
is
up.
wrong.
What?
Just leave it. You're not gonna put it on a homework quiz.
No.
He's going to now just because you said that.
Now I will.
Oh, man.
This is the wrong answer.
Why?
See if you guys can figure it out. There's
Yeah,
something
put a
that
log in it.
here's the deal. You don't need to do any more writing. You gotta erase something. Why?
Because logs can't be negative.
You can't plug in negative 5 radical 5x. You can't take the log of a negative. So it's not plus or minus.
It's plus.
It's only plus. It's kind of like this. If you're sitting there going, I thought when you square rooted though, you're supposed to put plus minus. It depends on the context. For example, if I give you this right here, a triangle, Bless you. This is 3 and this is 4.
That was violent.
If I want to find out the third side here, 3 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared. 9 and 16 is x squared. 25 equals x squared. You square root it, you get plus or minus 5. Which is it, positive 5 or negative 5?
Positive.
Why?
Because hypotenuse is positive.
Yeah, you can't have, a negative length, that doesn't make sense, okay? By the context of, I mean, can numbers be negative? Yeah. Can lengths be negative? That doesn't really make sense, okay? So it depends on the context. Okay, so that one's good now. All right, so we have 2 logs here. Let's write them as 1 log, okay? So when we subtract, what do we do? So the log of what? What divided by what?
X over X plus
And what can I do with that 3? Log of 4 to the 3rd. Now what?
Get rid of the logs.
All right, what base are those?
10.
10. We can just get rid of them. Just tell me what to write.
X over X plus 1.
Equals 4 to the 3rd. Okay. 4 to the 3rd is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. You guys like fractions?
No.
So clear your denominators. Times each side by what?
X plus 1.
X plus 1. These cancel. So on the left we have x times the right by x plus 1. What's 64 times x plus 1? 64x plus 64. So 64 times x and 64 times 1. I'm going to subtract 64x. 1x minus 64x is negative 63x. 64, what's the last thing I have to do? Divide by negative 63. And x is 64 over negative 63.
Can you do that though?
Who said that? Who said that? You? What are you talking about?
It's negative.
Be careful. Short answer is yes, you're right. It's not because our answer is negative. Got to be careful on it. It's not because our answer is negative. It's because when I plug in my negative number, it's negative there. So what I'm getting at is this. If I give you something like log of x minus 3, or let's make it x plus 3. If we get an answer of negative 2, is negative 2 okay? It's negative. Is negative 2 okay? Yes, it is. So you plug in negative 2, you get what? Positive 1. What if it's negative 21? Is that okay? It's when you plug it in. So it's not just because it's negative. It's because when you plug it in, you get a negative answer. So what's the answer?
No solution.
The only thing possible isn't allowed. There's no solution here. I lied. Let's do one more. Said 2 more. Let's just do one more. 23. So we have natural log of negative 4 minus x plus ln 3 equals ln 2 minus x. Says, yeah, last one for today, then our homework quiz. Yay. So, okay, let's rewrite this as 1 natural log on this side. We're adding, so what are we going to do? Multiplying. So take 3, I'm going to write 3 times negative 4 minus x equals ln 2 minus x.
My problem is with this is I don't know how to vector.
Now what do we do? It's a real simple step now.
Get rid of the.
Get rid of the ln's. So we're left with 3 times negative 4 minus x equals 2 minus x. Now what?
Distribute the 3.
Times negative 4 is negative 12. 3 times negative x is negative 3x.
What did you, what?
I'm going to add 3x to each side.
Glasses on.
Do that, we have negative 12 equals 2 plus x. Subtract 2. X is negative 12 minus 2, which is negative 14. Now, perfect example. My answer is negative. Does that mean it's no good?
No.
Not necessarily. If I plug in negative 14, what's negative 4 minus negative 14? Minus minus plus plus. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We get what?
Yeah.
Positive 10. Okay? Negative 14 is 2 minus 14, okay?
Yeah.
Plus plus 16. So just because your answer's negative don't mean it's no good. You have to plug it in to see if it works. So that is the right answer. Okay, we'll work on this more tomorrow. Homework quiz time.